Welcome to episode 2 of Shit to Talk About. Just the regular show, two buddies shooting the shit, talking the shit about, well, a lot of shit. So thanks for tuning in. We're going to get into it. There was a little bit of technical difficulty with the video on this one, so this will be an audio-only episode, but I still hope you tune in, enjoy. We talk a lot of funny shit, some wrestling shit, some political shit. I was going to say pile of shit, but pile of shit. That's what the show is all about. Hot, steamy pile of shit. So let's talk some shit. Yeah, let's go. I actually just got your message on Instagram. I haven't been on that Instagram in a couple days, but I was on my Fat Flow Instagram for work, and then I just switched. I was like trying to look for your account, couldn't find it. And I switched back to my account, and then I just saw the message.
Yeah, it's not a good one.
Fighting the urge not to drink or some shit, Mr. I don't drink.
Yeah, literally, like right now, like that's literally what I've been thinking of the past like half hour. Is like I don't drink. Is like with this, I feel like I need to drink. I don't know.
Dude, I haven't had a drink since Christmas, and this is like my life saving right now, this Mountain Dew. And I know you don't drink sugary drinks no more, but I would try to stay away from that shit. And I had a C4 energy today, but that shit didn't do nothing except I wanted to take a nap. I don't know.
Yeah, that shit makes you crash. Like,
bro, it was like you might feel your body tingling in moments, and then you got to do some superhuman shit or whatever on the can. And I was like, in moments, I was like, I was in the car. But yeah, man, I set us up with a new channel on Odyssey for the Shit to Talk About, the STTAB show. I still haven't got a chance to release episode 1 yet, so this will be episode 2. You'll probably see one posted briefly before this. I just haven't had time to work on everything. Yeah.
Oh no, because you had to go back to work and everything.
Well,
That's
I'm
totally
also
understandable.
Yeah, I'm at my grandma's. There's no hot water, like I was saying. I think when they put the generator in outside, they hit the water line. I'm hoping that it's not that, but that the pipes just froze because the heat was off in the basement. But I don't know. It's what I'm hearing is that there was a pipe hit back there, and they just kind of covered it up with hay and then buried it again without fixing it. So I was like, you motherfuckers ain't getting your payment plan for your generator until you fix what the fuck you fucked up.
Damn right.
But yeah, man, Shit to Talk About. STTAB is here. So this is episode 2. I don't have my usual setup today. I actually have my my real studio microphone here, not my podcast microphone. So hopefully this works good and it's picking up. I'm sure it's picking up adequate sound, but I'm hoping I'm not like up here and you're like down here.
No, you sound pretty good. I just wish that my volume can go a little higher.
You might even be louder than me. I don't even know yet until I hear this back later on.
I mean, you sound pretty good to me.
Because at home I got like the isolator, like the Chaotica eyeball thing, so it kind of sits around it. I actually just ordered the Chaotica eyeball officially, hoping it fits this fat boy mic. But what's been new, man? What else is happening? I know, like you said, you just lost your buddy and shit. So I saw you guys. I saw you post the pictures with at the what were you, Trump Tower?
Yeah, that was the day we shut down Fifth Avenue in 2020.
Yeah, I saw those pictures. to better days.
It's kind of surreal knowing that those are the last photos that I have with him.
Yeah.
And
gotta start taking more photos. I realize like I don't take photos anymore either, bro. It's like this past couple years, like we don't appreciate it.
I was just at his wedding 3 months ago, and last time I saw him, I brought him to his hernia surgery. That was in November. That was the last time I saw him. We talked every day. He was always busy.
Doing some shit, running around.
The last text message I had from him was the day he left to go to Colorado.
What, did he move out there?
No, he was going on vacation with his stepson.
Oh, damn. It happened while he was there?
Yeah.
insane, man.
It just bothers me that those are the last pictures that I have with him.
Yeah.
That bothers me the most.
Hey, it could be worse, bro. You could have worse pictures. You know,
The
like
last
it looked
text
like you
message
guys.
we
I'm saying
have,
it looks like you guys were having a good time, hell of a good time. So I mean, that's what
we
matters.
always had
The
fun.
memory itself,
We always
encapsulated
went
within that
fishing
time machine.
together. We always went fishing. We always played hooky together. The days we would go play hooky, we would go fishing. We would go golfing.
Where did you know him from?
He was my
Brantford Hall.
boss's. He
Oh.
was my boss's son.
Oh wow. Okay.
And when I first started working for my boss, he was like a little about me, but then after like the first couple of months, he started to grow
Yeah.
better with me and
That's
everything.
how it always happens, bro. Me too. I feel that same connection. Like, it be the people you think you could get along with that you wind up fucking despising and you can't stand, or you like, oh, I could kick it with that person, and it be the persons at first that you be like, the people that we judge the book by the cover, that we'd be like, can't stand that person. I don't know what it is about them, or like that weird thing. And then once you finally get to know him, that person or her, you're like, yo, I could really fuck with you. You know?
The fucked up part is that me and him had the same brain. So
Well, that's what it is.
there were times that we did butt heads and everything, but it's one of those things is that we're both the same person.
Well, but I'm saying that's why the scenarios happen like that, because you see someone who you think will be cool, who's total opposite of you, and that's why it don't work. But then the people who you think you can't get along with, you wind up kicking it with them and realize you have so much shit in common that you become best friends. And you're like, man, to think, wasn't really a fan of you at first, but I really didn't know you, and I was the asshole who judged the book by the cover until I read the story and said, wow, we got similar chapters. You know? But
It's the last text message I have with him is the day he left. He said, I'm going to Colorado, going down the mountains and everything. I'm gonna have a good time.
was he a skier,
And
snowboarder, or something? What's going on?
He's skier. He every time he went to Colorado, he went to go see his aunt. So while he was seeing his aunt, he would go skiing and everything whenever he had the chance. Last text message that he sent to me, I texted him. I was like, are you sure you should be doing this after your surgery?
Mm-hmm.
And last text message was, yeah, I'll be all right. I'll talk to you very soon.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's tough, bro.
I feel so bad.
What was his name?
His name was Greg.
Yeah.
He was one of our biggest supporters of the channel.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Rest in peace, Greg. Prayers to his family.
He's the reason why that I got into the TikTok with Dr. Fauci and made my own YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Me and him did a lot together. I mean, a lot together.
That the dude you kept saying that your boy was checking out the Wrestling with Time podcast and like commenting on it?
Yep.
Man. That's insane, bro. Life's short, man, and I feel like we don't appreciate it enough, and you got to take more pictures. But I noticed it too, because back in the day we used to be like picture hogs. We'd take pictures of everything on the block, and nowadays, like, I feel like I don't do that no more, and I'm starting to reflect and go, man, I wish I had more memories. Everything I had was from like MySpace days, like younger days, early Facebook days, but I might change my default picture on Facebook once or twice a year, maybe, if that. I don't know.
The only thing I have is up here. Yeah. I don't have a lot of photos.
But those are better. Sometimes those are the better memories, because, like, if you think about it, bro, I was talking to my sister's mom the other night on the phone, and I said, I don't know where really any of my grandma's photo albums are or anything, but I'm sure they're around. But I said, the best ones, though, are the pictures that I could think of in my head that, like, time travel with you. Like, they bring you back to that moment in time. They encapsulate that. Like, that is your time travel. And whether you have a photo album to show someone else doesn't really matter as long as you have it up here. You're the one taking that journey. You're the one who lived in that moment, who has that memory. So it's more sentimental value to you than it would be just like telling somebody, because we could always do this. You could always tell somebody about those days, but to you, they're here. And I don't know, I'm high as shit, but I probably like repeated myself like 3 or 4 times, but that's the most important shit in reality, you know, in actuality.
I'm just glad that I was able to have a friendship like that. It's very hard. I don't really, he got me through a lot of my life, so it's
half of your adult life as of now. Well,
for the past 10 years, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, that's half of your adult life, because I don't count you being like an adult when you're like 18, 19, like you're just fresh out of high school, still going to college. Like, I don't count that. I think maybe 21, you're kind of an adult. So if you're not 31 yet for the past 10 years, you know what I mean? Like, that's like pretty much your entire adult life, because 30 is still young as shit.
Yeah, no, turning 31 in 6 months.
Still young as shit. I used to think getting closer to 30, I was like, oh man, once we're there, we're so fucking old. And now I'm like, I ain't done enough living yet. Life's just beginning.
I honestly feel like I didn't do enough with my life yet, even though I experienced a lot of life itself throughout my 20s,
But that's because I don't know about you, but I have a tendency.
Certain people have to experience life quicker than others, so it gives them a reality check of what's really going on.
Yeah, but I'm also saying, like, what also hits is the fact that I live in the past. I tend to live in the past thinking those were the best days. Nothing could get better than those days. But living in the times we're in, that's an unrealistic goal. That's an unrealistic thing to ever think we're going back to the old days, to ever think that I could go back to the block days, sip a 40 ounce on the block and have the squad out there spitting a scythe, or chilling on the front stoop spitting a scythe. You're never going to get those memories back. You're never going to make them happen again. The world is in a state of fear. The world's going to be in a state of fear for a long time. So by the time we're 35, maybe things will change in the next half decade.
No.
Who knows? But maybe it never will. Maybe it never will.
His death has taught me pretty much, life's short.
It is.
Shit, he was only fucking 41 years old.
But I'm saying when everybody thinks that they're too cool, when everybody thinks that they're too cool to have a good time because of fear of their safety, or because they feel like, oh, that's childish shit, like, that's why you're miserable. You're already miserable because you let that inner child within you die. And I was writing a passage today about a child's imagination is probably one of the long lost ancient artifacts of, like, existence in reality, whether it's
I totally agree with that.
Creativity, whether it's the way you see things, the way you dream things, that the way you feel energy, when someone's evil, or if somebody's really, like, genuine, like, you could have that, like perception that you kind of tend to lose as you're older, or like, oh, you're just a kid, you don't know anything. No, shut the fuck up, adult. You really don't know something, or you forgot what you thought you once knew, or you forgot what you did once know, and that's why you're miserable for it. So to do things that make you feel young again, to let that inner kid live still, no matter what, whether you're 50, 60, 70 years old and you got arthritis and you still want to go fucking play a game of volleyball and jump up in the air and spike that shit, go do it. Because you got one fucking trip around the sun 365 times the amount of years, whatever. I don't know. But,
life's, his death over the past couple of days has taught me, life's too short. Take adventures, take risks, be the best person that you can be, because life is too short. And I've been crying my eyes out for 3 days.
Yeah.
The headache's finally going away.
Yeah, it's never easy, bro. It's never easy.
No, I'm not even ready for the fucking funeral. I'm not ready for the wake. I'm best friends with his dad. I'm good friends with his mom. I'm good friends with his wife, his sister-in-law.
That's still the
It
guy
really
you.
bothers me.
It's still your boss. You still work for him, or is that the guy you previously worked for?
I worked for him for a long time. I haven't worked for him in like 3 years.
All right.
His father does. His father is my go-to guy for certain things.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very, very good friends with his dad. I talk to his dad twice a week.
I don't even want to start thinking about those type of plans and things like that though, because going through it myself too with the what ifs and the inevitable ends and things of that nature. So, but
I'm scared one morning that it's gonna happen here. So it's one of those things,
I know. Yeah.
I don't want to wake up one morning and then my fucking grandmother's dead, and then I'm gonna be fucking bawling. My father's gonna be bawling, and then I'm gonna have half the family coming up from fucking Florida and shit.
Well, I just got the call today earlier, and I'm supposed to have a meeting with the doctor tomorrow. I guess if I'm allowed to, but
Are you the medical proxy?
No, I'm pissed that this piece of shit fucking COVID, along with this piece of shit way that it's handled, is in place right now because I'm so over it, and I'm sick and tired of these selfish motherfuckers. Yes, you selfish motherfuckers out there who think you're up here on a pedestal because you got a fucking vaccine in your fucking arm. And you still go to church and you pretend you're holier than thou when at the same time I say that I don't want to get it because it's in the hand of God. I'm leaving it in the hands of God, but I'm the piece of shit. Fuck you and your fake church going ass to fucking choose science over the good Lord and what he's blessed you with as your immune system of this fucking flu virus, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You're the selfish fucks for not letting people see their loved ones in the hospital who may be on their deathbed. Y'all are the piece of shits who won't allow people to hold in-person gatherings and funerals and things of that nature to say their final goodbyes. Y'all are the pieces of shit who fucking make this place suck dick. And you're probably sucking dick, but that's another fucking
I want to
factor.
say something. I want to say something at his funeral.
Yeah.
I have a.
Are they doing it
I have a speech
in person or Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't stand those Zoom shits. I did a couple of those and I said, this is fucking wrong. This is straight up wrong.
Yeah. I want to say something at his funeral. I want to say something at his wake. I got to write something down.
Yeah. I always say something too. I feel
I'm
like
putting two things in the casket. I'm putting my American flag in there with him, and I'm putting my 24/7 championship in there with him.
Dope. Did he smoke?
Yeah, when he gets buried, a day or two after he gets buried,
up in the pocket or on the inside of the jacket.
A day or two after he gets buried, I'm going up to the cemetery and I'm going to smoke at his headstone, and I'm going to leave the rest of it.
Yeah. We gotta get off this topic of death though, bro, because it's weighing on me heavy too. And
it's just one of those things, you know.
I know. It's the inevitable end, but I mean, it's just
untimely.
It aggravates me the way everything in the whole world's being handled now, and we're so divided, and people are just jumping down one another's throat like their ideology is better than another person's ideology. And it's always been that way. Everything's always been a 50-50 divide. We've discussed it multiple times on the Our Time podcast, on Wrestling with Time, and whether it's religion, politics, fucking ethics, morals, it's all weighed on the scale. And everyone always thinks they're right. But to each their own, I guess. You know, that's what I've always said. We can still disagree on something and be friends and be cool people without having to fucking shit on one another, jump down another person's throat, whisper behind that person's back that you don't really know shit and you're an asshole. But hey, buddy, how you doing? Like, fuck that. You know, no time for that bullshit.
Look, life's a circus.
Cool or not. Either we're cool or it's fuck you. 2 middle fingers to the sky and have a nice life.
Life's a circus. What? Professional wrestling is like a circus. There's a term that they use. It's called the show must go on. Well, this is one of those times where the show, you know, you have to shut the show down. You need to reevaluate everything, because an untimely thing can make you either come back stronger, or it can
Devastate you.
literally devastate you. So, you know, that's kind of something I want to say at the funeral. You know, like I want to say something along the lines of, I used to do professional wrestling for 6 years. They have a saying: the show must go on.
Mm-hmm.
No, the show must not go on. I think it's time for everybody to reevaluate exactly what they're doing and how they're taking care of themselves and everything, and either come back stronger or stay where you are, because the show will go on, but you need to reevaluate on how you want to do it. Do you want to make it bigger and stronger, or do you want to keep it the way it is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're right. And couldn't agree more that we do have to stop and say, is this where we want to be headed right now, or do we turn this bitch back around and try to find a whole new route?
Certain untimely things can make people, rethink certain things.
Well, you almost have like this epiphany, like this wake up call, and it drives you for so long. But I mean, sometimes you can still hit a dead end, and you're back in that same place that you started, and you still feel like you're not exactly where you should be, or things of that nature.
It's happened to me a couple of times.
Me too.
It's happened to me a few times.
These life-changing events that happen on this timeline of life, and like I said, sometimes you got to turn around and find a whole new road, or just create a path of your own, get around that obstacle. But it's always easier said than done.
Not everybody is dealt the same hand as everybody else. Everybody else is dealt a different hand in life. Mm-hmm. If everybody was dealt the same hand, everything would be perfect and people would die by the age of 100 years old.
Hey, man.
But it's not the way of how it is.
It might be here soon. We might be in the metaverse, the Matrix, and all be robots with computer chips in our brain and not have to worry about any health ailments, and we'll just go be the robotical arm at McDonald's that flips the fries while having a consciousness.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I'm going to be a robot and I don't have use to my fucking dick, that's going to be a fucking major problem for me. I'm going to be sitting there asking somebody, can somebody please turn me off?
Nope.
This is annoying. I can't get an erection.
Or will you turn me on literally, not metaphorically? Well, whatever.
Please turn me off. Yeah. Decommission me. I can't live like this.
But I mean, they'd probably give you a fucking what the fuck was I gonna say, bro?
A robo dick?
No. They give you a sensory illusion of an orgasm or something, but that's not the way.
Fuck that! There is nothing better than
asexuals.
Hold on, we're going a little rated R right here, folks. Okay, I like to get fucking face deep in that shit, and I like to fucking bang the crap out of it.
Yes.
So I that's a feeling. I don't care if they are going to fucking stimulate an orgasm feeling into my robotic brain that'll never fucking replicate exactly.
But maybe we'd be so far gone by then we wouldn't even know, bro. It would be like, oh yes, this is great.
Fuck that.
This is great. I am having the greatest asexual sex of my life. This is better than choking the chicken, as I used to call it.
If I want kids, I just chop off a finger. They produce asexually, like a starfish and a sponge.
I'm saying it might be headed towards our future.
Fuck that.
Never know.
I want to have a fucking dick. I want to be able to enjoy it, and I want to be able to eat that poonie. So that's it. That's the only fucking way how I'm going to fucking die.
The Rock loves pie. He's going to give you a little bit of the people's strudel if you smell what the Rock's been cooking.
So we got some news. We got some political news. We got some wrestling news.
Yeah.
We got on the political side, we have H3H3 podcaster Ethan Klein taking back comments of what he said to Joe Rogan on the Joe Rogan podcast, pretty much saying that fat people are dying more than with COVID. And if he's unhealthy and everything, and Joe Rogan's telling him what to do, along the lines of this bullshit. I got on his recent podcast and I fucking messaged and I live chatted him, and I told him, I was like, "You're a fucking fat asshole, bro." It's like, I'm fatter than you, and I never got COVID yet. And to be totally fucking honest with you, if I did, I would fucking beat it within 3 days. Because fuck what the doctors say. I'm gonna treat it like a regular cold. Take my Dayquil, my D3, and my B12, and then I'm just gonna fucking drink a shit ton of orange juice and just work the fuck out.
And you don't forget, you're gonna have your horse dewormer.
Horse dewormer. But Ethan Klein, you should take some advice from Dr. Fauci, because you like to sit there and defend me. So go get yourself some horse deworming products, otherwise known as ivermectin, and put it around the facial area. Because I'm the overlord of science. I know everything because I am the science. Don't question me.
Yeah.
I got banned.
Yeah.
I got banned after I posted that. 2 hours later, I got 5 notifications of like 3 people commenting to it, telling, laughing of what I said and everything, and saying, "Yeah, Ethan Klein's a bitch," and shit. And then fucking that podcast video was taken down.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny.
What is his show called? What is it? You can plug it.
H3H3.
What's that stand for?
I have no fucking clue.
Triple H. I am the game. I am the game.
Okay, if you want a good stoner fucking podcast to listen to, you listen to them, because he just talks like this. And,
I need dynamics.
The way that he talks is just very, low and monotone.
Puts me to sleep.
Well, it's not even that. He fucking challenged Steven Crowder a couple of months ago to a debate, and Crowder finally went on air to debate him, and Ethan Klein pulled the fast one and fucking started the video chat off, and then while Crowder was talking, Ethan Klein pump faked him with one of Ethan Klein's friends. I can't remember what show he does, but he does like a show that only gets like 100,000 views. Meanwhile, Crowder gets like 5.9 million views. It's very, very fucking funny.
I'm just saying, if it's monotone, like Ben Stein.
At one point, Ethan Klein was like, "Oh, come on, bro. Why do you need to have a gun with you everywhere? Aren't you're big and tough. Do you really need it?" And he's like, "No, I'm trying to promote gun safety. It's like I could kick the shit out of anybody if I want to, but I want to promote gun safety." And then after that, Ethan Klein's like, "Yeah, well, you just wear a holster, bro. You're not tough. You just wear a holster."
Well, I'm showing you the safe place that you can place your pistol.
Like, what the fuck? Like he's showing you that, hey, you can have guns on you and not kill people, and guns don't kill people.
Exactly.
It's people.
There's a certain way to go about it. Yeah, my grandfather used to have a pistol permit, bro, and he used to have a little gun he used to keep on his ankle, like a little pistol. And wherever we went, he took that with him. We go in the hotel, he'd send me out to the car. He'd be like, "Go out and get my pistol out of the center console. Make sure no one sees it."
I know. So, Ethan Klein is a fucking bitch. I could fucking beat him in a fucking fist fight. I don't care how old he is. I think he's like 36, 37, 38 or something like that.
He said he's a bitch. I could beat him in a fist fight. Calling him out. Celebrity boxing. Damon, where you at? Miami, it's going down.
Dude, he's so
podcaster
fucking fat,
versus podcaster with a former professional wrestler. Let's go. Hit him with the roadblock.
He is so fat that I could run circles around him, because even though I'm fat, let me tell you something. You'll never see a fucking fat guy move as fast in the ring as me.
Yeah.
You never will.
Yeah. I'm saying, bro, we could call Damon and set that up. Be like, he's giving out all these honorary championship belts for celebrity boxing. Be like, yo, let's do podcaster versus podcaster. Set a date. Let's get the contracts going. Let's promote that shit. And it'd be like Rocky. It'd be like Rocky versus Hulk Hogan. Thunderlips. We got Rocky versus Thunderlips.
I want a WWE style match to where that it ends by pinfall submission, but it's not going to be planned.
Yeah. UFC rules.
Exactly.
Hit him with the roadblock. Drop him.
Not even. Not even. I just put him in a sleeper hold and say uncle, you fat fuck.
Good night. I got to see what this guy looks like.
I would demolish.
You got to send me a
Klein.
picture of him. I'll throw a picture of him right here. We'll plug him right here.
I would demolish him. I don't fucking care what anybody says. Maybe, in a fist fight, I could lose. But if you were to put it as in a ring where it's, versus and shit, trust me, even in a fist fight, I don't need to use my hands to fight you with a fist fight. I could just fucking put you in a fucking grappling hold and then try to choke you the fuck out.
Yeah.
And if that don't work, I'm just gonna drop your head straight where you're standing.
That's a fact.
I am just gonna grab and I'm gonna hold on as tight as I can and I'm just gonna dead weight it to the floor.
Yeah. Fuck a sidewalk
slam. And then I'll
slam.
spit in your face, and then after that I'll kick you in the stomach, and then after that I'll go, "You're a bitch."
I just watched Mark Henry, I think it was Mark Henry.
Ethan Klein
Somebody
from H3 is a fucking bitch. Come at me, bro.
He's calling you out, man. Get your shit, get your team together. Let's go. Let's make this happen.
You ain't got nothing on me. You look like you're so fucking fat and out of shape that my fat ass body would outperform yours in any fucking type of fucking activity.
Oh, Lord.
And I smoke. I smoke cigarettes and I smoke weed. But guess what? I could still run fucking 200 meters at fucking almost fucking 5 miles an hour.
At almost 5 miles an hour, bro? I think you can run faster than 5 miles an hour.
I don't know. It's just an expression. It's a metaphor, or it's turning a phrase.
You might be 7 to 10, bro. I don't know. I don't even know how fast I could run, bro. It's been a while since I boxed myself.
Usain Bolt, I think, holds the world record of the fastest fucking miles per hour by a human in history.
Yeah. I used to be
really
I
think
fast,
it's like
bro.
21 or some shit like that. Like Usain Bolt's fast, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, no, well, it's one of the world's fastest men. What are you talking about, bro? Of course. Flash, bro.
So,
Flash.
Yeah.
Bolt.
Ethan Klein's a bitch. I would totally fucking win. End of story. Bye-bye. See you later. Go fucking smoke another one and fucking keep doing your fucking bad podcast that only gets, a certain amount of views. I don't care if you get 1 million views, 2 million. But you want to know something? The people that watch this podcast, watch us, those are the better people, because you know why? They actually have a brain.
Yeah, I'm saying we probably get like a 1/500,000th of those, but I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because people who want different fucking content
will
I'm
going to try this. This is going to be like Odyssey, bro. This is going to be Odyssey and straight up Rumble,
well,
bro.
dude, I really don't know. I mean, what have they talked about? I really don't know. Let's look it up on Google and see what they said. All right, well, you look it up. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to smoke a little bit.
We're just talking straight shit here. That's what we're doing. Pretty much just talking straight shit.
Just talk.
We're going to be doing the same shit. That's why it's shit to talk about.
They do. They do talk about political stuff, what's on the news and everything, but they're so casual, nonchalant about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's like,
well, that's what I'm saying. You said it's like a stoner show where it puts you to sleep. They're
playing to the Democrats and the liberal side, and they are so fucking boring.
Talking like Ben Stein, bro. Like clear eyes will make your eyes clear after smoking a little bit of weed.
Clear eyes. In 1992, I was able to create Clear Eyes. They're able to help stoners and people with glaucoma just to hide the redness.
He created that shit, or he was just a spokesperson? Don't tell me.
I think he was. No, I honestly think he was like a proponent.
Is it Dr. Ben Stein?
Yes, Dr. Ben Stein. Yes,
he might have been. We got to check that. We got to fact check that.
He might have had some. He might have had some stock in Clear Eyes.
He definitely had stock in Clear Eyes. They were like, "Come do the commercial." He was like, "Are you high?" I talk like this because I'm high. My eyes are red.
I guarantee
Clear eyes.
you that he had something to do to help invent it, because Clear Eyes can also be used for people with glasses.
He probably smoked so much weed.
Also for someone who has a higher IQ than Stephen Hawking,
Yeah.
And fucking and fucking Albert Einstein. Okay. You don't think that he had any help in creating that product?
Oh, he
Ben
did.
Stein is smarter. His IQ level is higher than Stephen Hawking's and was higher than Albert Einstein's.
You know what he did, bro? He got in that
He's
laboratory. He got in that laboratory and he came in with red eyes every day and he was smoking more weed than anybody. And they said, we got to fix Ben's eyes, man. And Ben was like, my eyes don't need fixing. And they were like, let's create clear eyes. And he was like, clear eyes? My eyes are clear. Can't you see? He was so high out of his bat.
It'll take care of the redness and the dryness and make it go away.
He was so high out of his bat, bro, that he was like,
no, he literally talks like that.
I know.
He literally talks like that. He was in the fucking Mask movie with Jim Carrey, when Jim Carrey brings in the mask in the scene, and he sits there and he goes,
he's the doctor.
He goes, so what's, so
Loki,
what you got
Mask
here?
Of Loki.
Yes, you have the Mask of Loki. He was a practical joker in Greek mythology. What they said was that they were able to put his essence and his spirit inside a mask, and whoever is to wear the mask is to gain the powers of Loki and become
Scandinavian lore, though.
Yeah, what was it?
Yeah, I think Scandinavian lore. Loki's Norwegian, bro, or Scandinavian rather, not just Norwegian, but that whole area. And because Thor's Odin's son, and that's also Norse, and their stepbrother or half brother or whatever, and you know.
Yeah, but Thor can also be. Yeah, but Thor can be, breached over to Greek mythology.
Yeah, but I'm saying it originated in Norse, though. I think Thor and Odin, they can all be interchanged around, bro. Even the Egyptian gods.
Put on this mask, you gain supernatural powers.
I might be Loki, bro. ADHD, off the walls, mischief, troublemaker, shit talker.
Because we don't have a physical mask in a museum and wasn't able to study it, I think you may have a very valuable piece.
All here. And then there was the Son of Mask with Jamie Kennedy, which was not as successful. Yeah. I love Jamie Kennedy. I love you, Jamie. But my boy B-Rad-G could not hold up to Jim Carrey. Bars.
Movie sucked so much balls.
Yeah, I remember when I was like, yo, they made a Mask of Sun with Jamie Kennedy, and then I watched it. I was like, oh my Lord. Some movies
it was horrible.
You should never make a sequel to unless it's with the original.
I remember when it came out in the theaters, I was like, you know what? Let me see exactly who sees it in school first, and then maybe I'll go see it.
That was out when we were in school?
I had 3 friends who went and saw it, and they came back and they were like, the worst fucking movie I ever saw. It's fucking horrible.
I don't think I watched it until like 2014 or 15. I think I was living upstate by the time
Hold on
I
a
watched
second.
it. Yeah, by the time
Hold
I
on.
watched it. Yeah. Trying to answer it, and it's like swipe up, and I'm like, I'm up.
But yeah, I had 3 friends who saw the movie. They said it sucked balls. I was like,
what year did it come out though? Because
I think it came out in like 04, 05, maybe like 07, right around that area.
Because I was gonna say, like, I don't remember at all seeing it until like I was up here, like my way adult life. I
saw it in like 2011 on Netflix, and I was like, all right, you know what? It's on here. Let me just check it out. I watched the first 10 minutes of the movie, and I was like,
they tried to make it like for more geared towards kids, I think. Hence, Son of Mask and not the Mask himself. But what do I know? I wanted to get back to what we were talking about earlier. You mentioned like wrestling being like a circus earlier on, and like the show must go on. Well, wrestling was definitely a circus act for sure, and I was just watching literally before I called you.
Wrestling back in the 1800s and the early 1900s used to follow the carnies and used to follow the carnivals. They always used to do that. That stopped at around when Madison Square Garden was built and certain stadiums were built. Well, these places now
that buck stopped with Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
No, it all started with Vince Sr.
I said
Vince
stop.
Sr.
Stop.
was technically the one guy who was able to sell out Madison Square Garden.
But I'm saying he's still. I think Senior was still doing Carney shows though. In his lifetime.
No, Vince Sr. was able to sell out in New York City. In New York we had, the likes of Fez and shit. Everybody fucking traveled.
Press. One of my favorite moves.
Back then, for almost 100 and literally like 20 years, it's literally been a circus.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Yeah. Yo.
Yeah, I'm back.
That's all right.
Why is it vibrating?
I think because you were calling me. I don't know. Hold on. Let me stop this. Or pause it. That was weird.
Better.
Why is it vibrating? Dude, I was like, I don't know, because you hung up with me and my phone was still vibrating. And I'm like, the call's over. What the fuck?
That was Greg. That was Greg communicating with me.
Yeah. Bro, is it still vibrating? I don't know.
It just did.
It did one time, yeah, as I was talking.
As soon as I said it's Greg talking to me, it goes beep, beep, beep.
He said, now I get to be a part of this podcast with you fuckers. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. He's like, I get to witness this shit go down live. But I think that did I think that did start with stop with Vince McMahon Jr. though, because I'm pretty sure Vince Sr. still did Carney shows in his lifetime. Yeah.
Yes.
But but back to that, it's crazy because I just right before we started this call tonight, I was watching Monday Nitro 1999. It's like beginning of the year. I think it's like January 99. And Jericho comes out and challenges Perry Saturn. This is right before he makes Perry Saturn wear a fucking dress for a year, and he accuses him of drag. And he's like, if I beat you, you're going to have to wear a nightgown. And Perry's like, he's not for it. But deep down, he's really for it. And yes,
Moppy.
did you read my fucking mind?
That's the best gimmick of all time besides Al Snow's head. Bro, is Moppy.
I was just our next Wrestling with Time podcast is either going to be, I don't know if it was Unforgiven or No Mercy that I watched. It was SummerSlam. I watched 2 or 3 of them last week, and I took notes on them all. So we're going to do them all. I forget one of them was 99. One of them was like 02 or 01. And
02.
Yeah. And fucking, that's crazy you said that, because Moppy is there and I'm watching it, and my mom walks in and she goes, oh God, this guy talking about a mop. But
they took the angle from Castaway, from Tom Hanks with the fucking volleyball. Wilson.
But
so and if you look at it, it's the exact same face from Castaway.
Which is crazy though that you said Moppy, because I was thinking Perry Saturn. I was gonna loop that story back around, but shortly after this segment, Chavo Guerrero comes out with Pepe, the fucking horse. And I'm like, this has been a circus week for wrestling. First, I'm watching Moppy last week. This week, I'm watching Pepe, and Chavo's coming around, and then Norman Smiley comes out and wants to wish him a happy birthday, and Norman's giddy up. Whoa! And Norman Smiley, I love that fucking guy, bro. I've always loved him. He's always been entertaining. I'm sure we've talked about him on one of the Wrestling with Time podcasts before, but he just had a way of playing it, and then he throws him into the fucking grinder, the chipper.
And in other wrestling news, WWE is opening the Forbidden Door.
What is that? Is that the cross promotional? Which I've already heard. There's a rumor.
They are starting with Impact Wrestling.
Of course. Okay. I heard
Mickey James.
Rumor was Dean Ambrose is coming to Royal Rumble Sunday.
Mickey James is the Impact Women's Champion. She's going to be featured in the WWE Royal Rumble for the women's match this year. WWE wants to pull another talent out of Impact to be in the men's Royal Rumble. Now, there is speculation, that it could be from AEW.
You know who it is.
Because John Laurinaitis WWE has given the okay to make documentaries on certain wrestlers that are
Punk
in
too, but that would never happen.
AEW. So the people that I see that could come from AEW to partake in the Royal Rumble for just, could be either Chris Jericho, could be Christian.
Yeah, anybody who's been there before.
It could be fucking Cody Rhodes.
I don't think so.
For the documentary for his father. It could be Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega used to be in WWE developmental. Or it could be CM Punk.
I was just going to say
CM Punk has been rumored for this ever since the announcement was made that the door could be open to AEW because of this documentary thing.
I saw speculation on Mox on a YouTube
WWE,
video, but anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation, right, JR?
WWE is highly
Maybe JR
interested.
will come back for guest announcer.
WWE is highly interested in an MJF.
Yeah.
MJF could be the Forbidden Door entrant into the Men's Royal Rumble.
I don't know.
To introduce him to the WWE universe, because WWE knows that they'll fucking sign a contract together.
You think they'll pay MJF
that's just
enough?
speculation. That's just a speculation. But it could be CM Punk. It could be a big fuck you, and Vince McMahon says, you know what? Let's CM Punk in the match. Who the fuck gives a shit?
Yeah.
And CM Punk comes out and causes the biggest reaction in WWE history. Because if WWE wanted to be smart, if WWE wanted to be smart with the Men's Forbidden Door entry, they would have him at number 30. And it would have to be built up to where that, who's the last entrant? Really, who's the last entrant? And then CM Punk's music hits. Obviously, Punk won't win, but it'll give WWE the biggest fucking reaction they have had since Stone Cold Steve Austin winning the WWE title.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be the biggest reaction in history. And WWE, I'll tell you right now, they could use a little bit of history making moments.
They need it. Here's the one thing that might prevent that from becoming in history. You know the little expression called, is the glass half full or is it half empty? Well, is the arena going to be half full due to
WWE has already announced that the Royal Rumble is just about sold out.
Yeah, but sold out. But does sold out go by the state guidelines that say the original capacity of 18,750 must be cut down to 9,000 some shit?
They're doing it in Florida.
Yeah.
To where there's no restrictions.
Makes sense.
They might even be doing WrestleMania in Florida this year because of restrictions.
Tampa Bay, bro. They did the Tampa Bay like 2 years in a row, didn't they?
Yes.
Because of the no restrictions, I get it.
This year, this year it'll be a full audience and not half-packed stadium.
Yeah. Or not digital. We're not going to do like Zoom meetings.
Out already. So if WWE wanted to make a great history moment, you either you fucking debut MJF from the Forbidden Door, or you have CM Punk come out at number 30 with the last 10 guys in the ring, allow him to eliminate 4, allow him to get to the final 4, and then once it's the final 4, have all 3 guys just eliminate him right away.
You think?
And then you have it be the guys.
Or if you want that history pop, you let him win. Send him to WrestleMania.
And you have the last 3 guys be the 3 guys that he had the best rivalries with in WWE. Mm-hmm. That's the final 4. CM Punk comes out at number 30, 10 guys left in the ring. He eliminates 4 guys. It's now down to him. Hold on. I got to catch my thinking for a second. It's going to be CM Punk. It's going to be John Cena, because John Cena is rumored to be in the Rumble. It would be fucking Edge.
Fucking Edge.
And it would more than likely be Seth Rollins. And I'll tell you why. Seth Rollins has been wanting a match with CM Punk for years. So you would have CM Punk. You know what? Edge can be out of the Final Four. I have to make this really work good. You could have John Cena in the Final Four since he is rumored to be in the Rumble. And figure he probably would make it to the Final Four for the fucking aspect and the money and you know, the drawing power.
They need that.
If you were to have John Cena be at the Final Four on a big pay-per-view like this on the Royal Rumble, you would anticipate that John Cena could win.
Yo, crazy part is John Cena's coming up in like 20 years in WWE, bro.
2002.
Like, what the fuck?
The day after my birthday, he debuted. June 27th, he debuted on WWE TV.
I watched it on Peacock. It was the the Ruthless Aggression era, and he came out with Angle, like, Ruthless Aggression.
And he slaps him. Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Angle lately too, bro. I've been in the Angle era.
We can have John Cena. I can see Brock Lesnar being in the Royal Rumble because there's plans that Bobby Lashley is going to destroy Brock Lesnar so that Brock Lesnar can have the fucking so that Brock Lesnar can face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the title as planned.
Mm-hmm.
So you got John Cena, you got Brock Lesnar, you got Seth Rollins, because I don't see Seth Rollins beating Roman Reigns. So I see Seth Rollins being thrown into the Royal Rumble because he lost. You know how back then, if the loser had, if there was a championship match and the loser lost, he was thrown in the Rumble anyway to get a second chance. You could do that.
I mean, there's been select Royal Rumbles that I've seen from beginning to end, and the rest of them have been like clips online that I've watched, but like, I've never really been a Royal.
Kurt Angle
I love
versus
Royal Rumble
Shawn
in video
Michaels.
games, but I've never watched it. Like
Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels, 2005. That all started at the Royal Rumble.
That's a lie. I've watched a lot of Royal Rumbles, but that point might have went over my head. I know that there's been people in the championship match as well as the Royal Rumble, but I don't know. I'm just having a brain fart.
But yeah, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, because I don't see Brock Lesnar winning. I don't see Brock Lesnar beating Bobby Lashley. I don't see Roman Reigns losing to Seth Rollins.
Bro, I'm so.
And then you have CM Punk.
I'm so pissed.
You had three of the biggest drawing names in WWE history next to Roman Reigns, obviously.
I'm kind of tight that they squashed
against the top AEW star that doesn't have a title.
Well, did you watch Day One? Did you watch it?
Yes, I did. It was great.
You thought it was great? I thought it was lame.
It was great. I was very pissed off that fucking Big E was robbed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I was very pissed off.
I just thought it was lame because
I actually wanted Seth Rollins to win. Big spoiler. I wanted Seth Rollins to win.
Brock shouldn't even have been in that match. They killed the entire storyline, I feel like, between Brock and Roman with that. I know they might try to revive it, bring it back on the following.
Why do you think they're going to give us Bobby Lashley versus Lesnar? They're going to take the belt off of Lesnar.
Okay.
And the way how Lesnar is going to be able to make sure that he faces Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, when he loses his WWE title match that night,
he's going into the Rumble.
Fucking throw him into the Rumble and win the Rumble.
Win the Rumble. Yeah. I see why they're setting up. Could be.
I already see it happening right before my eyes. It's the only way how you're going to be able to get Roman Reigns to face Brock Lesnar.
When they threw Brock Lesnar in that match because of the COVID shit, there had to be a change in the storyline.
People already knew since Brock Lesnar won the title, everybody found out, oh shit, Lesnar was actually going to beat Reigns.
Yeah.
And then Reigns would have had to win the Royal Rumble because at that point, the next Friday night, Reigns will be like, I didn't lose to that motherfucker. I'm going to challenge him next week. And then after that, Brock comes out and like this, bro, you're 4 for 4. You're done. And walks away.
As soon as they threw Lesnar in that match, though, there was a gut feeling right in the pit of my stomach that said, "Oh, he's automatically winning."
The thing, everybody knew that Lesnar was going to win.
But at the same time, I was thinking, I said, they're not gonna like skip this whole Brock Roman storyline. Like, they're not gonna rob Big E like that, right? They're gonna let him hold on to it, especially when they interviewed him backstage beforehand. I was like, he got this in the bag. At least for day one, you got a new day at day one. Day one is a new day. Yes, it is. I mean, come on, bro.
I mean, no, I'm being honest with you. I'm being honest with you. That's the only way how I can see the actual Lesnar and Reigns thing happening.
Yeah.
Brock loses to Bobby Lashley. No, everybody has wanted to see Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar in MMA and UFC. It never got to happen, but now we get to have it 20 years later in the WWE. I'm happy with that. Okay? Because that's not going to be a WWE match. That's going to be a legit fist fight.
Yeah.
So
two tough, badass
Bobby Lashley is going to beat Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's going to throw a fit backstage, and he's going to fucking enter himself in the Rumble.
That's number 30.
And then he'll make it to the last 4. No, I'm calling CM Punk as the number 30th entrant.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to Punk, John Cena, Seth Rollins, and fucking Brock Lesnar.
Lesnar will be 29. That'll be the pop before the big pop.
No. Lesnar would be like 11. And Lesnar would be so fucking pissed that he would do what he did in 2020 and just start eliminating people right away.
Over the top. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's pissed.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I see it happening.
So, and let's just say the Brock and Bobby fight happens before Reigns and Rollins. Brock loses. Lesnar, Reigns comes up to him and he's like this. Bro, I ain't going to face you no more. You just lost to that guy. I'm done with you, dog. Don't ask for a title match. We done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Seth Rollins loses to Roman Reigns. And then Brock Lesnar throws a big fucking fit backstage. And number 11, 12, Brock Lesnar comes out and he just starts eliminating people. And then by the number 22 entry, the ring starts getting full. And then, like I said, the last 10 people, CM Punk comes out, the number 30th entry, the forbidden doors open. But now you got some of the best rivalries that CM Punk's ever had. And then a rivalry that we never got to see. So we have the best with John Cena, the best with Brock Lesnar, and then the one we didn't get to see was Seth Rollins.
So my question here is...
And then Brock Lesnar, and then look, all 3 of them eliminate Seth, and then all 3 of them eliminate CM Punk. And then Seth Rollins eliminates John Cena, and then Brock Lesnar just F5s fucking Seth Rollins out the ring, and that's it.
Okay.
And then Brock wins the match, and Brock doesn't even celebrate in the ring. He just goes, yeah. And then he runs out of the ring, and then the camera follows him backstage. And then he goes up to Roman Reigns, and he goes, I'll see you at fucking WrestleMania, bitch.
Yo, so my question is, when the fuck is WWE getting you on payroll for writing their entire show for them, man? WWE, what are you doing? Get your head out, asshole. Yes. Your head so far up, yes.
Fucking times. I threw it out there. I have legitimately sent them emails for fucking writing TV and shit. Like I can do a much better fucking. I can make.
You know how I know? You know how I know you could? Because you are one of the only people I know, besides maybe Estro, Eric and Anthony, both of them. But I don't even know how successful they were in it, except that they could do it. But you are one of the only people I know that can successfully beat fucking the most retarded ever, in my opinion, general manager mode from SmackDown vs. Raw, 06 or 08 or 09 or 2010 or whatever fucking year they added that shit in there. I hated it from day one. Because I'd have the craziest cage match and fucking stipulation. I'd even play the match. And it would suck.
Shit. General manager mode's the shit.
I hated it, bro. Your wrestlers would get injured and shit.
Do you want to know the best way how to beat general manager mode in 06? Here's the best way.
Huh.
You have to be SmackDown.
You have to be
Everybody
SmackDown?
likes. Yes, you have to be the SmackDown
You got to
team.
choose Undertaker first.
No, because you have men's titles on SmackDown. You have the Women's Championship on Raw. So you dilute your roster with women. It's going to dilute your way. And, you know, I'm
You're
not
sexist.
saying nothing bad.
You're sexist.
No, but this is going back from 2005 to where there was no other women's championship.
Yeah.
So they have 5 men's titles. They had the world title, the tag team championships, the United States championship, and the cruiserweight title.
In 06, was there even a women's championship yet, or was it still Divas?
Yes,
title?
it was. It was on Monday Night Raw.
It wasn't the Divas champion?
No, it was the women's championship.
Wow, 06, huh? They were more progressive than I thought.
And it was the women's championship.
They only had Evolution in 2018. I mean, come on.
It was the women's championship that Fabulous Moolah debuted in the 90s.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
The one that Trish Stratus had.
I know there was a women's championship at one point. It's just I know Vince did the whole Divas division, and the girls wanted to break away from that pussy power. I give it to you. And they did. So
you got to be SmackDown because you have all men's titles. Now, the first 6 people that you pick are going to be crucial because they will be your main eventers for the World Heavyweight title, and they will be your mid-carders for the United States Championship. And then with the tag team titles and the cruiserweight title, you can fuck around with. I've figured out that if you grab for SmackDown, if you're the SmackDown general manager, if you grab The Undertaker, you grab Batista, you grab JBL, you grab
all the top guys at that time. Pretty much.
Yeah.
SmackDown guys.
And plus also you're playing against the computer in a draft, so you have to be sure that you know that the computer is stupid because sometimes the computer can be very fucking smart.
Yeah, they'll pick the best guy right off the jump. They always did. That's why.
The way how I used to do it, I used to make sure that I could pick first, and then I would always make sure it's The Undertaker, because if I picked The Undertaker, they would pick Triple H. Okay, so if they got Triple H, I'll take Shawn Michaels. Okay, I took Shawn Michaels, they'll take John Cena. All right, then I'll take Kurt Angle. Okay, then we'll take, Batista. All right, then I'll take the next biggest guy, who would be Edge, and then they would take like Eddie Guerrero, and I'd be like, then I'll grab Chris Benoit, and I'll grab the Hurricane, and I'll grab these guys for the tag team titles.
Was Benoit in 06? They had him in 06?
Yes, he was. He was in 07 too.
Oh wow, when did they take him out officially?
Oh wait, but there's a Game Shark code, and there is a Game Shark code.
Yeah, you can get him. Or you could create him. Create him yourself. What the fuck, bro? I thought he was going to look it up.
Left alone for 5 fucking minutes.
Nah, it's all right. I was like, yo, what the fuck, bro? I thought you were about to look it up. I was like, where the hell did he go? But,
no, 07 was the last game he was in. If you have a Game Shark code for 2008 for Xbox 360 or PS2, his character is in the game. They just never added it in because of what happened. Because when they were
they already designed it, and then they were like, we got to pull that, but the code's there.
By the time he died, 08 was already in mid-production, and he was already in the game.
How long did it take them to actually find that verdict? Wasn't it like, because WWE did the memorial show, and then like all the wrestlers did their tribute.
A week later, they erased everything from history of him.
Really? Yeah. It's crazy because
they have recently started bringing it back over the past 2 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say anyway. I've been watching a lot of WCW and earlier WWE days
just blur out
where it was Benoit,
and they don't, they blur out his face and they don't say anything. They don't say his name. They just say what he's doing in the ring.
Which is still stupid because they shouldn't do that because.
No, they shouldn't. They should at least acknowledge who he was.
That's it.
But
and what
before
he did.
Every episode that you have him in,
because they glorify serial killers in America. They get their own fucking documentaries, and we love Charles Manson, and we love this guy, and
exactly due to what has happened, found out from evidential circumstance.
Like you don't have to glorify somebody, but you can still see the work that they did. Exactly. You can't erase what's been done.
We are not honoring the person of who he was.
Yeah. And also
In the ring,
also like
as a professional, he
he
was a total
paved.
professional
Exactly.
and did everything by the book.
Uh-huh.
At home, we did not know what was going on at home.
And whether he
But
was
when he came
selling to
to
help
work,
build
he
another
was
career of another individual.
and he was ready to help push anybody that needed to be pushed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he helped pave a lot of people's careers. And I mean, yeah, it was shitty. But at the same time, think of how much food he put on other people's table by giving them the opportunity to step one foot in front of the other in this business and be
Yeah.
able to provide for their own family. So it's a shame what he
Back
did
in the
for his family, but
look, back in the 80s and the early 90s, if you wrestled Hulk Hogan and you were a fucking nobody wrestler, you went from making $200 to that night, you made 50 fucking grand just to have a fucking leg dropped on your neck because you're a nobody.
yeah.
All right? When you work with certain wrestlers, your pay goes up dramatically. It really
Crazy
does.
because
And the
I've been
perfect
watching so
example
much
is
though.
fucking Roddy Piper. When Roddy Piper was making like maybe five figures back in the early 80s, when the first WrestleMania came out, do you know how much money he took in order to in order to lose to Hulk Hogan?
I'm sure.
A 6-figure check.
It's crazy because it's funny you said Rap Piper and Hogan. I was watching I forget what I was watching the other night. I don't know if it was an old Starrcade, old Bash at the Beach, old Halloween Havoc, I think maybe. I don't know. It was one of them. I was watching, I literally went on a marathon last weekend, was watching 3-hour pay-per-views all day. What the fuck? Killing me, Smalls.
Nobody seems to notice, and I'm on the fucking phone. It's fucking annoying.
Hey, at least you get people calling you, bro. I don't get nobody ever calling my ass. I got
people
you
call
calling
me for the stupidest reasons.
You call me and I'd be like at work or something and I can't answer it. I'm like, it's nice to have someone call at least. But
bro, I'm just so fucking pissed. It's like I'm trying to fucking do something. It's like everybody knows I'm doing something. Leave me the fuck alone.
But Piper and Hogan, I was watching.
I'm in my garage.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm in the garage. I'm away from everybody.
Stay away. But I was watching one of them, Halloween Havoc, Starrcade, fucking Bash at the Beach. I think it was Havoc because it was Hogan and Savage. Liz came out halfway through, and I remember they kept saying Slim Jim, and somebody wins the Halloween Havoc Slim Jim monster truck that Savage was doing.
Well, here was the thing. When Randy Savage left WWF, he was already, he already had the Slim Jim commercial.
Yeah.
Slim Jim was his when he was in WWF.
Yeah. Probably had so much stock too.
Not even that. He
lifetime supply.
When he went to WCW, one of the obligations, I think it was that him and Bischoff worked out, was that Bischoff gets none of the money from the Slim Jim commercials that air on WCW, but
I get it. Ooh.
But he gets to advertise Slim Jim on WCW, and the advertisements he can make 20% on.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
he couldn't take none of the money. He couldn't take none of the money that he made for those commercials every single time they played.
Yeah.
But running those commercials,
he would get it from WCW.
Eric Bischoff can make a pretty penny on. Advertisement he can do, but Randy Savage worked with the WWF film crew to make the commercials. So they had WCW make the commercials with him.
Yeah.
But Eric Bischoff wasn't allowed to touch that money that Randy was making from making the commercials. He was only able to make the money when the commercial aired.
I see. But in general though,
so Randy Savage walked out like a fucking millionaire on that deal.
Well, not even the fact that they aired the commercials during the pay-per-view, because on Peacock they don't do that. Like maybe they did show a commercial, I don't remember, but just during the night, every time they'd be, welcome to Slim Jim's Halloween Havoc. Well, we're here at Slim Jim's Halloween Havoc, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Slim Jim's Halloween. I was like, this motherfucker Macho Man's getting paid every time they drop that Slim Jim tag, bro.
Every single time he would say
You're
Slim
gonna
Jim
win the
or
Slim
Snap
Jim
Into It.
monster truck. The ring poster Slim Jim. The Titantron is Slim Jim. The Slim Jim monster truck. It is Slim Jim. The floor is made of Slim Jim. There's not even a... The ropes are Slim Jims. They're the sturdiest Slim Jims around. The extra large
I'm freaking
Slim
out.
Jims.
The Slim Jim's everywhere. Oh, brother.
But anyway, at the end of that pay-per-view, Hogan's talking shit. Like, nobody could beat me, and then, the bagpipes are playing. I'm pretty sure it was the pay-per-view. It might have been even just a regular fucking Nitro or Thunder I was watching. I've been watching so much WCW. But Piper comes out, and it's the return of Piper, and he's like, well, Hogan, I'm just as responsible for this as you, like, calling him out on his shit. Like, I was there before Christ myself. Like, but yeah, WrestleMania. It's funny you brought it up, Hogan and Piper WrestleMania, because I'm about to watch Hogan and Piper at Starrcade. I'm thinking is going to be coming up shortly in my storyline on my chronological WWF pathway. Well, WCW in this case, but I've been watching a lot of stuff like chronological order now. Like, oh, let me watch this SmackDown from January 9th and then go watch this Raw from like January 12th or, Friday to that Monday or whatever.
Yeah.
Trying to bounce back so I could balance it out, but I don't know. We'll see.
But going back to the news, Forbidden Door wise, that's who I really see winning. Brock Lesnar's going to win Brock Lesnar's going to win the Royal Rumble. The end of the Rumble, he's just going to fucking, the way how I would write it is exactly how I would write it. Lesnar loses to Lashley. Reigns beats Rollins. Reigns goes up to Lesnar and says, you ain't facing me no more, buddy. You couldn't even beat him. Why am I going to face you?
Yeah.
Lesnar gets pissed. He goes to the fucking guys and he gets in the Rumble, makes it to the Final Four. Fucking CM Punk comes out. You got you got two good rivalries and then one that never happened. Fucking, all three of them team up to eliminate CM Punk. And then Brock Lesnar just eliminates Cena and Rollins, and then he celebrates for 2 seconds, going and then he runs out the ring. The camera follows him backstage. Yeah. He walks up to Lesnar. He walks up to Reigns, pushes Reigns, and goes, "WrestleMania, I'll see you there."
And Twitter lights up like crazy. # Royal Rumble 21.
That would be the best
22.
ending. Come on,
Royal Rumble 22. Yeah.
Nobody would ever see that coming.
I feel like that could definitely be in the cards, bro. I think it is. I think it's
Lesnar's going to win. Lesnar's winning.
Like I said,
sorry.
WWE,
I'm sorry to spoil
get your contracts
dreams.
out.
Lesnar's winning.
Hire WWE. Get your contracts out. Hire the tree and let those roots grow stronger, baby. That's going to be your slogan. Plant a tree, watch the roots grow stronger.
I can write a good 3-month storyline. I can write it for a good fucking year. You see, I would have rewrote John Cena versus The Rock when they first met. It was a whole year buildup. I could have done that buildup a lot better.
Yeah.
I could have had The Rock come in, do what he did. The next week, John Cena would have came out and been like, oh, so after 5-6 years, he finally comes back. Well, guess what, Mr. Hollywood? Next time you're here, I'll be here.
And guess what, Mr. Hollywood? I'll see you in 15 years in Hollywood.
The Rock doesn't show up for 6 months. Cena just bashes him for 6 months. SummerSlam comes around. The Rock interferes in John Cena's championship match. And then I don't know who I would have Cena wrestling against, but I would say CM Punk. This is around that time with Punk. So, and it was actually around that time too. So I would have Punk face him, and The Rock would come in and lay out John Cena right before fucking Cena's about to hit the FU on fucking CM Punk. The Rock comes out, hits the rock bottom, throws fucking CM Punk over John Cena, and the ref goes 1, 2, 3. Cena loses. The Rock picks up the microphone and goes, "You got 6 more months," or something like however long the time would be. "You got 9 months to prepare because guess what? I am coming for you, and this is just step 1." The next night on Raw, The Rock comes out. and he says a whole bunch of shit. John Cena comes out. All the security guards are actually now running down to the ring because they know John Cena and The Rock are going to go at it. They don't want nothing to do with that. So you have them separate and everything, and then that's how Monday Night Raw ends. Then the next couple of months, you have The Rock and Cena going back and forth each week, each night. Fucking The Rock's in Hollywood. So The Rock's making fun of John Cena on the movie set. You know, this is around the time Kevin Hart and The Rock were working together. So you could Photoshop John Cena's face over Kevin Hart and go, look at you. You're 5'4" nothing. Look at you. Look at those little arms. Oh, yeah, Fruity Pebbles. Yeah, woo. You know, you could have done so much stuff. You could have done so much stuff. It would have worked each week. Each week you could have The Rock make fun of John Cena on the movie fucking, you know, on the movie set.
Marine. You're a Marine. Ooh.
Each week, you can also have John Cena making fun of The Rock, sitting there, you know, doing The Rock's moves, the people's elbow, and all that other shit. And then, you know, trying to do his catchphrases and everything. And then after that, each week you just see The Rock doing this to the camera. You can't see me.
Yo, back to it.
You can't see me.
You can't see me.
You can't see me. I can't see you. Can you see me?
One of my favorite fucking sketches, one of our favorite segments that me and you did on a Wrestling with Time a couple weeks back, bro.
That was written perfectly, that segment.
Yeah, it was.
But I would have that thrown in. And then at the Royal Rumble, John Cena is going to get the WWE Championship again. And he's facing CM Punk because Cena couldn't get the title over the past few months. So it's his last chance against CM Punk. The Royal Rumble's it. All this shit with The Rock and everything has finally gotten to Cena's head. In the middle of the match, The Rock just comes out and just stands on stage. CM Punk looks at him and he goes, no. I'm finishing this the way I want to. Cena goes for a surprise roll-up. 1, 2, CM Punk rolls out. John Cena just dashes out of the ring and The Rock just disappears. And then 8, 9, 10, John Cena gets counted out. John Cena caused himself the fucking championship at the Royal Rumble. So the next night on Raw, John Cena comes out and says, you know, what you did last night, Rock, that wasn't funny. I lost the WWE Championship, and I'll never be able to face him again for it. But since WrestleMania is coming, I'm coming after you now. You better be ready. And then after that, The Rock just blindsides him from behind. And then after that, he goes, like I said, you ain't nothing.
And remember, John, you can't see me neither.
No. He would just blindside him from behind.
Bet you didn't see me.
He would blindside him from behind and just go, like I told you, you ain't nothing. And then just drop the fucking microphone, walk away. We don't see John Cena for 3 weeks. John Cena's ashamed. He's fucking embarrassed. We don't see him for 3 weeks. For the next 3 weeks, The Rock just goes, I told you, he ain't nothing. Where is he? He's nowhere. Why? Because he's nothing. And then after the 3rd week, it's a month before WrestleMania. John Cena comes out. He's got the old Dr. Thugonomics gimmick on. And he's like, all right. It's time to stop being a nice guy. Because nice guys apparently finished last. But the last time you finished anything, Rock, you came in last. Or you know, some shit like that.
You came in last in the box office. I did my Rock voice for John Cena. You came in last for the box office.
You know, and then The Rock comes out via satellite, and John Cena sits there and goes, look at that. He's sitting in his hotel room via satellite. Yeah, that's how your mama's pictures were taken last night. And then after that, The Rock goes, look, John, you ain't nothing. And then WrestleMania, I'm going to prove once and for all, you're nothing. You could kiss Hollywood goodbye. Why? Because you're nothing. Hold on a second. That's The Rock's phone. Cacao. Hello. John, it says it's nothing. It's for you. Wait, hold on. Hollywood, yes. You want John Cena in a role? No, he's a nobody.
John who?
It's like, I'm the ticket to your Hollywood career, John. You want to have good movies, you need to beat me. And like I said, you ain't nothing.
Yeah.
And then that's it. We don't have the match until fucking WrestleMania. And then the Raw before WrestleMania, John Cena comes out, and he's doing a handicap match, and he's trying to prove himself. So let's say he's facing the Big Show and the Great Khali. They could give him a good opportunity if they were to work the match out very well. Pretty much, you have him be Super Cena to where that, I am the bad guy, but, the nice guy in me has to fucking beat these guys.
Mhm.
So it's a battle for John Cena because now The Rock's really fucking with him. The Rock's literally getting in his head and telling him each week, you're fucking nothing, and really getting in his head. So now it's really fucking with John Cena. John Cena loses the handicap match. And then The Rock comes out that night.
Nothing.
He comes out and he goes, just like I said, John, you ain't nothing. And on this Sunday, you won't be seeing nothing. Hold on.
All right.
I just had to yell at my grandmother.
They won't let you be, kid.
I just had to yell at her. She's like, remember, I got a tentacle. It's like, Ma, I don't need to know. It's like, I already know. You told me this 10 minutes ago. It's like, between you and my stepfather, I can't fucking have my podcast. It's going to be fucking a pain in the ass to fucking edit this shit.
I was just going to tell you, motherfucker, we're going to cut this shit shortly because I got like fucking 8 segments to paste together here. It's going to take a minute. But fucking, yo, while we're at it, drop them fucking sponsors.
Today's sponsor is brought to you in part by Dr. Squatch Soap. Your body is not a dish. It's a man. You want to smell like the pine tar forest up of Cedar Point and smell like a pine tree? Or do you want to go to Alaska and smell like a fresh falls? Yeah, iceberg falls. Or do you want to be smelling like you're at the beach with a little bit of rum? Beach rum. Get it in all of these different designs, different smells. All cold pressed soap is good for your body. Remember, most detergents are labeled as dish detergents, and even your body wash could be labeled as a dish detergent because it's made of synthetic properties. And me as Dr. Fauci, I totally am with it. With Dr. Squatch Soap. I use Dr. Squatch Soap all the time. And since I'm an asshole, I like to clean it with a heavy grit pine tar. Even though I'm an ass, I like to smell like a tree. See, even Dr. Fauci agrees.
And that's coming doctor to doctor,
Soap
bro.
Is for you.
That's doctor to doctor approved.
Hit the link down below.
They're on the same medical board.
Dr. Squatch Soap today.
They're on the same medical board. So if you're 50% of America that listens, go get yourself some.
I promise you, I've changed 4 people's lives with Dr. Squatch Soap, and they said that ever since I've been using it, I'll never go back. Mm-hmm. So we guarantee your happiness and make your body feel nice and clean and fresh every single day.
You can match my shirt and feel like a lumberjack.
You can get hair products, beard products, mustache products. You can get anything. Cologne, deodorant, Dr. Squatch Soap today. You're not a dish. You're a man. So use the soap like a man.
Link below in description. But
yeah, so now you're at Monday Night Raw. Like I said, the whole thing happens. The Rock comes out and he says, John, that's it. And this Sunday, you ain't going to see nothing. Mm-hmm. WrestleMania happens. The Rock comes out first because he's The Rock, even though he should come out second, but he's coming out first. And then John Cena comes out, and it's ruthless aggression Cena. He had to dig down to where he came from, and that's how he beats The Rock at WrestleMania. Aggression.
So he smacked The Rock like The Rock smacked him.
He comes down to the ring with the microphone right before the bell rings. John Cena just goes, ruthless aggression, and just smacks him in the face. And then the match goes about 25 minutes. John Cena counters a rock bottom. He counters a people's elbow. Okay. He counters the people's elbow into a fucking STF. The Rock doesn't tap. The Rock grabs the Rock grabs the fucking bottom rope, and then fucking for the last move, The Rock goes for the rock bottom. John Cena turns it into an FU 1, 2, 3. John Cena had his redemption, and it took him a full year for his redemption.
I almost went 1, 2.
Now, they kind of did it like that because when Brock Lesnar debuted, it was after he lost to The Rock after the year buildup at WrestleMania. In the middle of John Cena versus The Rock, Brock Lesnar was signed. In the middle of that WrestleMania match, it was leaked that Brock Lesnar just signed with the WWE. And in the middle of their match, you heard Brock, Brock, Brock. You heard Brock Lesnar's chant going out in the crowd. They weren't chanting Rocky or Cena. They were chanting Brock Lesnar. Because the word had just got out that Brock Lesnar just signed with the company. And they just had the whole year build up for Cena and The Rock beat Cena. But the way how I would do it is I would have that whole year build up, but Cena loses for most of his fucking entire feud because The Rock's not there and The Rock's playing extreme head games.
Mm-hmm.
And also including with you ain't nothing, because that would really fuck with John Cena, because John Cena's been around and done more shit than The Rock and has been around longer than The Rock and has the credentials to prove it. But The Rock's still saying, you ain't nothing.
Yeah. Well, he ain't been around longer than The Rock, but he's been in play. He hasn't been benched as long as The Rock, correct?
No. John Cena's wrestling career is longer than The Rock's.
He's been wrestling
on
before.
WWE.
But I'm saying Rock's been around before Cena, but Cena got more game time. Rock's been benched a while. Hollywood benched him.
1996 to 2002. 2002 was the end of The Rock's full-time career. Cena, 2002 to 2015 was the end of his career.
Longer game time, though. Coach, put me in. You've been in.
No, it's about...
Coach, I'm gone.
It's about who's putting this.
Done this.
It's about who put in the most work in the company. The Rock was only there for 7 years and only did so much. John Cena's been there for almost 20 years.
If The Rock wasn't there, there'd be no John Cena, though, because who the fuck knows? WCW might have took over, bro. That whole Attitude Era leading up to the Ruthless Aggression Era was the crucial years in order to build the foundation set for John Cena to build upon. And The Rock is one of the first rocks there at the fucking base of the foundation, so. The Rock and Stone Cold, 2 of the first Stone and Rocks. The Stone Rock, the Rock Stone.
I look at it like this.
Yeah.
That's the way how I would have written it.
Yeah.
And it would have made so much better because The Rock, yes, he's a legend. He's done more in a 7-year period than most wrestlers. Yes, I can admit that. But when it comes to game time, credentials, everything else, from 2002 to 2016 is when he really, stopped his full-time career. That's almost fucking 15 years.
Yeah.
So that, that says a lot more hard work and dedication to being with the business and giving back to the business as much as John Cena has, even though John Cena was the diva of Cena the locker room for 15 years.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying Cena had more play time.
John Cena has ruined the careers of Alex Riley, Zack Ryder, ruined the careers of fucking... dude, I can name like 5 other people.
Zack Ryder, that's your boy Long Island Ice Z. Woo, woo, woo.
Ruined his career.
How so?
Ruined his career in WWE. Zack Ryder got over big with the fans by himself with his YouTube channel called Z True Long Island Story. Mm-hmm. And he got over with the crowd. He really got over with the crowd. He did homegrown fucking getting over with the crowd, old school shit, throwing yourself out there, getting exposed, even while you're in the WWE. He pushed hard. John Cena was a big fan of it. Even at one point, John Cena said, Zack Ryder does have everything that, WWE wants in a champion. They just won't give him the edge to do it.
Yeah.
So he goes and creates his own channel. Finally, because of the channel is gaining so much popularity, the show's gaining so much popularity, Ryder chants are at every SmackDown and Raw. They finally start putting him on TV. They give him the United States Championship. After 2 months of having the championship, they make it, maybe not 2 months, maybe like a week or two. They fucking took the belt off of him. And then he had a on-screen relationship with Eva Marie. No, I'm sorry. Eva Marie.
Yeah. Baddie.
I'm sorry. Eve Torres.
Oh, okay.
Has an on-screen relationship with Eve Torres, and gets into a love triangle relationship with John Cena, so that Kane can come in return and do the do the fucking angle where Kane wants John Cena to embrace the hate and all this stuff, and it ruined Zack Ryder's career because WWE put him in a wheelchair and made him look like a fucking total douche and made him look like a whiny pissant bitch. And at WrestleMania, he had his hot girlfriend kick him in the balls because she was fucking done with him being a loser and stuff. And they ruined Zack Ryder's career. They ruined it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad Zack Ryder's fucking doing the fucking shit on Impact, and he's challenging for the world championship.
Yeah, I saw videos of him on YouTube that he's still doing shit, but
he's going as Matt Cardona.
The illest collections in the world, right? Action figure collections in the world.
Him and Kurt Hawkins have the biggest fucking wrestling fucking collection I've ever seen in my life.
Kurt Hawkins too. Shit. But all right, kid. Fucking let's wrap it right here. And we got a good hour and a half or something on there. Episode 2 of STTAB. Shit to talk about. It's just going to be basically talking shit, whether it's wrestling, politics, whatever the case is. But Wrestling with Time will still be here for wrestling reviews and things.
That we were able to start this episode where it was and got it to a point where it is now, because I was feeling very depressed.
Yeah, bro. Sometimes you need that little perk up, dude. You know? And doing things that you enjoy doing, hobbies, crafts, kind of take our mind to that zone, you know. But we'll get another one in before the week's up. I'm gonna start. I got a little time on my hands now until I can get everything situated over here. So I'm gonna just do some editing, work on a lot of music, and get a lot of shit done.
What do you have, like a 5-day weekend because of Martin Luther King Day?
Martin Luther King Day's Monday?
Yes.
Didn't even realize it.
I didn't realize it until earlier today. I was looking at my stepfather and I was like, "You're off Monday?"
It's not.
He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Is Monday Martin Luther King Day?" He goes, "Yeah." I was like, "I thought it was like President's Day or something."
I knew it was coming up, bro. I know it's in January, and yeah, it's usually.
I didn't think that it wasn't until later on in the month, towards like later.
Yeah, no, I know it's
around
usually
like the 18th or 20th.
Yeah, I guess it varies. What is it, like second Monday or something of the month? I don't know, but that's not why. It was
this isn't a leap year, so this isn't a leap year. There's no there's no 21/9. There's no 29 days in February.
She's going live a lot tonight, but she keeps popping up, going live. So free plug. But that wasn't even why. I just needed to take off a couple of days from work and come over here and get situated. And like I said, I can't even get into the hospital to see my grandmother because of this stupid fucking vaccine
COVID
bullshit.
restrictions.
So I'm gonna go in there and just start barking orders like Sergeant Slaughter in the fucking trenches and be like, "Yo,
you're damn right.
Put me in a fucking hazmat suit. Give me
they can't hold your fucking grandmother
mask.
Hostage from you.
Yeah, give me a fucking gas mask.
They can't hold your grandmother hostage from you. You sit there and tell them, I either go see my grandmother or I'm gonna sue this hospital.
I'll go in with a fucking gas mask on, bro. Fucking World War II style. I don't give a fuck. Go to the Army surplus store.
This is what you tell them. You either let me see my grandmother or I'm gonna call Dr. Fauci personally. I have his cell phone number. He'll let me in.
And then I get you on the phone.
And I'll be like, "Yes, hello, it's Dr. Fauci. I know this guy very well.
Tyler's approved.
Tyler can go in.
He came to my house for dinner.
He's got this awesome natural immunity, which I thought was non-existent, but since I don't listen to common sense, so yeah, he's got natural immunity. He can go in there."
Yeah. But one way or another, I gotta figure this shit out. But that's why. And it's crazy you said that though, because I was thinking, I was like, I might even have to take off Monday for work too. But if it's Martin Luther King Day, luckily I'm already off.
The school's off because it's a government holiday.
Yeah, so I might have to take that Tuesday also. I don't know. I'll figure everything out. Depends how everything goes. But all right, brother. Salute. This is STAB episode 2. Stay tuned.
Step.
Boom. Or is it get the fucking crazy murder shit up in here? Peace.